Tlhokego ya mesebetsi ka hare ho naha ya Afrika Borwa e ballwa mane ho diperesente tse ka bang 27.7, mme hodima moo ho batho ba bahlano ba sebetsang ba babedi ba bona ba fellwa ke mosebetsi letsatsi le letsatsi, mme sena se baka ho ata ha bofuma ka hare ho metse le metsana ya rona. Empa le ha o le jwalo, ho na le batho ba iqallang dikgwebopotlana ho thibela ho ata hona bofuma. E mong wa batho bao ke mme Cherilyn Lucena wa mona Freistata Mangaung Universitas ya ileng a fellwa ke mosebetsi, empa a se ke a inehela a iqalla kgwebopotlana hore a tla tsebe le ho thusa batho ba bang. Nna ka lebitso ke Lebogang wa Matjheng. Lenaneo ke lona la motlaotutswe e leng Back from Zero, lenaneo le tlisetsang nalane ya maAfrika Borwa e leng a phela jwale ka dinaletsana ba putlama, empa ha morao ho moo ba lwana kgakgaulane molamo wa tshepe, ba busetsa molamo sefateng hore ebe kajeko ba phela maphelo a itseng tjha. Mmuhi jwale ka se ke ile ka tjho hlahlela le lelaka le leng e re utlwe gore na e ka ba mme Lucena o re tshwaretseng e tla re tswela molemo. Ha re mmone. Sherry, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much.
All right, let's go straight into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about your upbringing. Where were you born and all of that?
I was originally from Philippines. I was born in Philippines, in Manila, which is a central capital in Philippines. I came here since 1991 through the help of my cousin. My upbringing in family, we are brought up into Christianity. We are 4 sisters, 4 girls, and 4 boys in the family.
You were the youngest?
I'm the youngest one.
The little one in the house. Okay.
Yes.
Do you still remember your first encounter with money at that time?
When I encountered with the money, that time when I was still young, I just remember when I was 7 years old, we do not have any problem with money. That time when my parents, my dad has a business. He is a Pepsi Cola franchise. And my mother is a plain housewife, but she is like more on religious activities. And we are, as what I said, we are 8 in the family, and I'm the youngest one. And I still remember that we are staying in a good house, a big house, and we've got 1 maid, 2 drivers, and we've got 1 truck. And we're having a nice fridge, are full of food, everything are okay on that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But were you conscious of that though at that time?
I am conscious of that time. That is from, I remember when I was 7 years old till 9 years old, because the moment when I was 10 years old, I remember all the trials hit our family. It's not only a normal rain of trials, but it's a storm. When I was, I think, about 10 years old, when my mother is actually preaching in the church, she fell down on the pulpit. And I saw it from my very own eyes. And then as, being a child, it's just like very useful for you to listen to your mother preaching and looking up. But I saw from my very own eyes, my mother fell down while she is preaching. And she was being rushed quickly to the hospital. And the doctor says that she's got a blood clot in her brain. I thought this is just like a very severe trials in life. But as the days goes, as the years goes, it's become like that is like a first trial in our life. And there just more coming. It's just a beginning of our first trial. And my feeling is I could not even stand. Because that time we don't have a medical aid. The time, all of our properties being sold. that time. And people who, we have trackings, we have cars, we have my sister and my firstborn sister and my father is actually sold that in a very cheap price. And people who bought that vehicles actually taking advantage of our needs. Because that time, my mother need 2 vials of medicine. And each vial is about cost plus minus about 800 rand times 2 every day. This is 1,600 every day. Okay, for the first month, second month, until third month, we can still support them financially with the medicines. But that time, our priority now is no longer food. We transfer another house. We rent the house because we could not afford a bigger house. We transfer in the smaller house and there's no food. It's totally different as what I experienced from birth till 7 or 8 years old. From richness going into poverty. I thought when my mother fell down on that pulpit, that is my worst trials in life. But now I realize that time that it is just the beginning of the trials.
Jwale ka motho ya hlaetseng lapeng le ikgonang, moo yena le bahabo ba neng ba na le tsohle tseo ba di hlokang. Mathata a ile a ba hlahela mme maphelo a bona a ilang ka tsela e sele. Ha re ikutlwela hore na e be lelapa la bo Cherilyn le le malala-laotswe hara maemo ao ba iphumanang ba le ho ona. Re boela re o amohela mona ho Back from Zero. Lenaneo le o tlisetsang dipale tsa nnete tsa batho ba ileng ba tobana le mathata a ditjhelete. Kajeno re buisana le Cherilyn Lucena ya re phetelang tsa leeto la hae. With pain, I know somewhere, somehow, something has to give. You know, at some point you have to accept that this is our situation. But over and above, you have to do something as a family. How did this situation come about moving forward?
Okay, I was in, I think, grade 6 that time. And some of my brothers and sisters needs to stop going to college. Even though we do some adjustment in the family, still we cannot. That time my dad said, okay, I'm going to Saudi Arabia so that there will be some money to supply to your mom's medicine. There is a time, imagine we are there for 1 year and 2 months. There is the time that we don't have any medicine. The medicine that I'm saying is a vial is from the first to the, I think, 3rd or 4th months, the hospital are the one who's supplying it. So that's why we are a little bit okay. The money we're supposed to buy that vial is for our food, rental, school fees, and all of those stuff. But the time that we could not even pay the hospital bill. So the hospital started to stop the medicine. Our food started to adjust. My sister, she was going on, I think she was 4th year, going to college. She could not go on college. So I'm the only one who's on that high school now. I becoming a teenager without even having a good vibes with a friend. I don't even have a friend in the school. My uniform, I could not buy a uniform. My uniforms came from my other sister. My shoes are broken here.
Let me ask this quickly. Did you feel that all this that you are going through, the money is going into the medication to help your mother?
Yes.
That means everything that you went through, you felt that it was at least justified.
Yes, because we're doing it for the sake of my mother.
You complete your schooling.
Yes.
Where did you head to afterwards?
After my high school, my dad said that, my child, with tears, I hate to say this, but same as your sister, you need to stop college. At least you reach your high school. So my dad said, okay, your brother has a friend who know how to sewing. And there's some vacant, they need more people for sewing operator. So I said, my dad, I don't know how to sewing. Then she said, that's why your brother's friend's sister will gonna teach you. I thought it's just teaching me and then there's no pay. So that time, she placed me in the night shift so that the owner does not know that I don't know anything. During the night, she's a supervisor in the night shift. She's teaching me. And then 2 weeks, then I said, oh, I have my money. The first money that I earned, that's sewing, I gave it to my dad. Dad, this is the money that I've earned. So it lasts long for at least about a year. Then the next year, I'm just enjoying my job now. And then I'm just earning more than my previous time. And then my dad said, I see that you're enjoying but that is not my ambition to you, my daughter. You must go back to study. I said, how, Dad? We don't have any money. That time, my dad has a small part-time. Sometimes he's got like small income, sometimes no income, you know. No, it's fine. It's fine. Enroll. I said, no, I don't want to enroll. Enroll. My dad said, whether you like it or not, you must enroll. I will accompany you. So he enrolled me at PSBI, Philippine School of Business Administration. When the school started, I don't have any, because our house to that university, it's too far. But it's just only a one ride. I don't have that. And then it just gave me only for the transport. No food at all, nothing.
You were making your own money. You were contributing towards your mother's medication.
Yes, and the food in the house.
Yes, and now you're going to college.
Yes.
It means you cannot contribute anymore.
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
I felt that in between, I want to work so that it will have small money, at least income, added income. But at the same time, my dad, because you know that time, my dad said so, we must listen. So my concern is, if my dad were gonna ask me, do you want to pursue on your career? Of course I will say yes. But what I'm always saying that, no, Dad, it's fine. I can be a machinist, it's fine. But my dad has a big dream to me, since I'm the youngest one. And he keep on saying that you will become a business person. If there is a business person in this family, that will be you. I just smile. And then now, even now when I'm sitting in my office, it's still very fresh in my ear. You will be a businesswoman someday. So I said, oh Lord, this is the power of the spoken words. And this is the power of the blessing from the parents.
Haramatata le maima ohle a tjhelete a o shireileng a tobana le ona kgolong ya hae. O ne a ikemiseditse ho etsa ho itseng ho fihlella maemo a tsitsitseng a ditjhelete bokamosong ba hae. Ha re ikutlwele ka morapapatso gore na e fela o ile a o besa wa tuka na. Key back from zero. Kajeno re buisana le Cherilyn Lucena ai wa itseng a le monyane dilemong a tobana le mathata mangata di tjhelete. Empa le ha o le jwalo, ha ka dumella hore mathata na mo hulele morao. Ha re tswele pele ka leeto la Cherilyn mme re ikutlwele haholwanyane. Now you are in college. What your father can afford is just the money for transport.
Yes.
Let's talk about the dynamics of you in school without money to buy lunch, and I believe you still more stuff. Take us through the journey.
Okay, same as I told to myself, if I pass my high school in 4 years, I can also do it in college. And in college is much more easier. Because the college people, the college life is, classmates doesn't care to each other, you know? Even you're wearing those stuff, rugged stuff, because we don't wear uniform that time. And every time they're asking, we want to come to your house. Let's go and have a group study. I said, not in my house. Why? Because my parents are strict. They are really strict, but the fact is, I cannot offer you any food. Our house is too small. Plus, I've got a bedridden mother. And remember, imagine level, I don't even having a suitors, admirer. You know what I mean? I don't want to be engaged in boyfriend or whatever, because when they said, I want to visit you, no, don't visit me. My dream is to finish my study in the school so that, number one, my mother will gonna be happy. I'm doing it for my mother. And I'm doing it for my father. I do not want to discourage them. And one day I'm gonna lift them up. I'm the one who's gonna, wherever I am, I'm gonna brought all of you in my house. That's my ambition. Tuition fee as well, my dad handled it. I don't know how can he handle it. He always giving a promissory note. So eventually, I finished my 4 years, but the pity is I could not go, I could not get my license because that is different. I could not enroll anymore with that school for the review because they said that I must pay first those huge amount of money which has already been accumulated. So when I went back home, I told that to my dad. Then my dad is actually looking in the sky again, thinking of what's gonna do. And my heart actually paining every time I told some problems to my father, but I make sure that my mother doesn't listen. I asked my father, Dad, if I cannot review, can I go to other country to work? Because I don't want to work in Philippines. I'm thinking about dollars, big amount of money. Okay, but I don't want, which country you want to go? I want to go to Hong Kong. What you gonna do there? I want to be a domestic helper. He looked at me like this. I did not send you to school just to be a domestic helper, to clean other people's toilet. But Dad, the salary is like this, like this. I knew that you want to help, but I will not allow you. And again, another opportunity. They want in Japan, they want a dancer. No, you will not going to be a prostitute. One day, my cousin arrived from South Africa. She heard that my mother is sick. She visited her. And then I heard their conversation. My father said, oh, how is South Africa? What is the job there? This is how I came here. At first, 1991, when I arrived here, I became like a maid in my own cousin's house. When they go out at work, I must clean the toilet, everything, because that time I don't have job yet. I must cook. When they arrive, everything are cooked. I just want to make sure that my cousin will not gonna get angry to me. And the depth of gratitude. Even though I would like to, even though that the money is not being paid, at least I'm paying back depth of gratitude, appreciation of helping me to come to South Africa. So even though of cleaning your own toilet, your own room, I will do it just to appreciate your help to me. So I've done that. And after not even a month, I've got a job.
Where did you get the job? And how did you get that job?
My cousin as well actually is looking a job for me. And the first job that I went is at Yongsheng Plastic. The owner there says that I must supervise the people. I said I told them the truth, I don't know about plastics and I only know garments. Okay, okay, that time is 1991. And that time the people are very cruel. When they see me, they will just like shouting at me and they call me like Machina. Then I said, I'm not Machina, I'm Filipina, I'm not Machina, I'm here to help you. I'm not gonna fight you, I'm here to help you. I keep on saying that until we become close, the workers become close to me and they love me. When I arrived here, my first salary is only 800 Rand. 1991, I don't know how much now, that conversion. Maybe it's about 3,000, 4,000? 20 Rand just left on my pocket to buy my shampoo, my personal stuff, my food. 20 Rand. I don't know how much here. Conversion maybe 200 Rand. 200 Rand. The rest of the money goes to my mother's medicine.
So something must have happened Now you are working. You seem to enjoy yourself.
Yes.
What happened moving forward?
That time, yung siyang plastic because my salary there is 800 rand, and I don't enjoy like in the factory and I don't have any passion on that. The reason I'm forcing myself is just like that 800 rand end of the month. And I'm working from 7 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the evening, Saturday, Sunday. So I told my cousin, is there any more job? Okay, just stay there while I'm looking for another job. Then there is like a company called nChu Textile that is manufacturing the fabric, jeans fabric. So I'm working there in the factory. Before I moved to nChu, I met my husband. I don't experience to be courted at home or whatever. This is the first time. So one guy courted me. Then I said, you know what? Just leave me alone, because if you will just marry a problem lady. I've got a full of problem, financial problem. My mother is this, my dad is this, my family is like this.
Nung nagkakilala kami ni Cherry sa Butchabelo, 1991, isa sa mga kaibigan namin na pinakilala siya sa akin. And then, nagkaroon na ako sa kanya ng pagtingin na doon nagsimula yung relasyon namin. Tapos, 1992, nagpakasal na kami. Tapos nagkaroon na kami ng unang anak na babae na si Marcel nga noong 1992. Una naming anak yon si Marcel.
That time my husband is earning quite a lot, quite big. He's a technician. We don't pay any bills because everything, we stay in the factory accommodation, everything are free. So the only thing that we need to buy is food. And clothing, that's all. And we're not buying clothing every month. Then a certain guy, his name is Tommy Chen. He's the owner of CKJ Garment. He opened a company. So I went to his office, I applied. So on that spot, he said, no, you will start right now. Your salary is this, I will gonna make sure that it's gonna be much better. So even though I'm a clerk, because there is a people already there, I cannot just been promoted. So I being clerk, filing here, filing that. Then as the days goes, I become promoted and promoted until I become their PA.
Until you become their PA?
Yes.
Now you're working for a company that is making garments. What were your prospects in that company? Did you want to move and get involved in the manufacturing of the garments?
I want to be noticed. I want to know that, I want to let my boss knew that I'm interested inside the production, because I'm just thinking I want to be a factory manager. I want to be a supervisor. I want to be closer to you. He's always asking my opinion, my advice. And then until to the point that they call all this stuff and they introduce me as a factory manager, official promoted factory manager.
Ultimately, what happened? How long did you stay with the company?
The company, I stayed in the company for 5 years, because that time we were doing an export to New York. And there's something, that time, 1995, the dollars from 8, dollar exchange 8, it went hike into 13. So there's no other way that the company will not going to be survive with that kind of dollar exchange. And eventually, the company started to issue retrenchments. When I lost my job that time, I could not send any more money to my parents. And on the first month that I lost my job, they didn't ask for money because they may be expecting for me to send. But I felt very sad with that. Then I explained that I lost my job. I was being retrenched because of this, the company closed down. But I'll make a plan for you, Dad. Don't worry. No, it's fine. You have to look after yourself, is what my dad said. But I can feel that they used to receive money from me.
nakong eo Shere ileng le kgongwana hodimo a phela bophelo bo e sala bolabalabela maemo a boela a hlwa manolo hodimo na ebe maemo hae a tjhelete a tla phunyoha na ebe o tla thola tsela ya ho tswa maimeng mme a iphumane a le ho back from zero ha re ikutlwela holwanyane ha re kgutla papatsong. O amoetswe mona ho back from zero. Ka jeno re buisana le Cherilyn Lucena ya thotseng tokolo ya hae ya tjhelete lefatsheng la baditjhaba. Empa le ha o le jwalo, maemo a moruo a kgina tsona tsohle. Ha re bone hore na ebe mosadi enwa o sana le a mang maqheka na. You are facing retrenchment. How did you financially prepare yourself once you are retrenched?
That time is always my husband, salary, money, the sources of the money that I'm sending to Philippines all come from my husband's salary. That time, I've got some savings. My husband's salary and part of my salary has been saved. So it doesn't actually hurt me so much because that time I'm staying with my husband's accommodation. We don't pay any bills. Our expenses is just purely food. And the education of my daughter at that time is about very cheap.
Throughout this interview, you never came across as somebody who takes things lying down. You were gonna come with a plan, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about that plan. What was that plan?
That time when I am retrenched, I keep on crying, but I never stopped praying. I said, Lord, I know you will make a way. One day, my husband and I are, that time he was driving, and I saw like an auction. Then all of a sudden I said, wait, you can stop. Then I read that there's a sewing machine auctions. That time, maybe I don't have any plan because I keep on praying to him, what's next? What do you want me to do? I don't want to apply to the other company because when I apply, it's gonna give me only a small basic salary. So, you know my dream. I want to be a business person, and because this is also my father want me to be a business person, and my mother as well. And that is also my dream. That is in my heart. Since I already I have a good experience to run a business with not only 1 or 2 person. It's a plus minus 1,200 people. I ran that successfully in 5 years. Then I told the Lord, I think enough is enough. And then I said, okay, let me just go to that auction. So I went to the auction. I never realized that I bought a lot of machineries. There's a small voice on my ears, buy that, buy this, buy that. So every time there's a bidding, I always bid, and I always make sure that I won that bid. And I realized when I bought that one, because I need to pay the next morning, I went to my husband, I said, I never realized that this is how much we have to pay for that auction that I bought. And then my husband is a bit upset. You're buying those kind of rubbish. Number one, where are you gonna get money to buy that, to pay that? And you have signed that you are gonna pay that. Number two, if you have money to pay that, where are you gonna keep all of those machineries? Because our house is very small. It's only a flats accommodation. And you're gonna need a factory to put that. And then now I realized that when I'm in the auction time, I never even think about that. Then I said, okay, let me just see whatever savings we have. So you're gonna zero balance your account. Then I said, if this is what necessarily to do, then we will do that. Okay, then after that, when I went to FDC in Bochabelo, they are the ones renting factories. So I said, I would like to rent a factory. They will not gonna ask you to pay for 3 months, but they want a deposit. Okay, I pay the deposit, then everything's done. Then I said, what now? There is no any company who will gonna give us an order if there is no machineries. So first of all, success starts with zero. When you see the machine, you will say that this is all rubbish. This is what my husband said. But I don't see it on my physical eyes as a rubbish. I saw it as an asset, as a machinery that we can use, to start the business. And even though there's a lot of negative in my mind, because first of all, I'm the first Filipina who has a business of garments in Bochabelo or in Tabancho or in Free State.
Now that you have the basics that you need to kickstart your business, from there onwards, how did your business grow?
The business grow, Lebu, not so fast. There's a lot of struggles, financial problems, capital, and from that point, we hired about 5 workers first. And actually, I don't know where to get the salary, but and I don't know also there's no any orders yet. It's just 5 people for them to, to set up the machine, set up these things. And one day there is a person who I met. Then every time I said, I have a factory, but I'm short of orders. I don't have any orders at all. So they introduced me to other company in Cape Town. So that Cape Town sent like a representative to check the machines. The company in Cape Town is an CMT, cut, make, and trim. In other words, they will supply me everything except the thread and the labor, of course. They gave me like 2 rand per garment or 1 rand 60 per garment. There I'm gonna get my wages, all of those costs, everything, water. And FDC, okay, I don't worry because they're giving me a 3 months free of rental. And going that the first order that I received, I hire another like 3 more people. It does not matter I earn only a few cents, at least it's a cents. That is how I start. As it goes, more orders, they trusted the quality. We delivered the first order, the second order, the third order, they gave us more quantity, like from the beginning it's about 1,600 pieces, then become like 2,500, then it's become 6,000, and it's become 10,000. As the order comes, I hire more people, and I make sure the first people that I will hire is my own people from CKJ.
Itse a feme ene kwa la ka fumana mathata ho fihlelletse yena Cheri a bula feme a re a mpitsa ke lo sebetsa le yena femeng ya hae o la letse tsa re be Maria ke tlo bula feme ya ka ha o thabele o tlo sebetsa le nna ka ga tlo sebetsa le wena se ke lapile haholo ke ile ka thaba haholo.
As the company grew, did you find it easy to manage it?
It's difficult. I'll make sure that everything is on my shoulder, everything from A to Z. I'll make sure that everything is properly set up, especially the production and the quality. I'll make sure that I will be well known in the quality so that the business will not going to be a once-off.
Do you remember the first time you got salary from your own company? Did you pay yourself your salary?
No. No, I don't have any salary for a year, but I'll make sure the only thing I can just proud of, my people will never go home every 2 weeks or a payday empty-handed. I'll make sure of that. And my accounts, FDC, I'll make sure that I will pay first all my expenses, and then whatever the leftover, then I will take salary. But then if I take salary, I am putting it back as a capital, because now I don't need a salary as long as my husband is working. Every now and then, whatever goes to me as a salary, I am putting it as a capital. As the business is starting to pick up, my husband actually saw that. And because of my vision and dreams of that business, So he's quite very proud of me that time, and I can see his supports on that. And if he doesn't have any work that time, he also come and fix whatever he can fix, hoe or whatever that he can help me. So he's a very supportive. That time, my business are starting to grow when my mother died. And this is the worst fear that I could not imagine. But you know, people are getting older, and since she's paralyzed for many, and I left Philippines, my sisters also, I took my sisters also here in South Africa. Nobody's looking after her, but it's only my father, and my father is also growing old as well. So she died, but then I'm also happy that my father, I could able to take my father here as a visit. He's so very proud of me, and then he says that, you see, my child, I told you you will be a businesswoman. Just trust in the Lord and just do good things, then everything will be fine. My blessing is with you. So, and I went back home, and one of my family says that my father, after a few months or few years, my father said he's in the hospital and is dying there. So me and my sister actually went back, and he says that I cannot give you of any material things. I cannot, you don't get any inheritance from me. But the things that I give to you is my blessing, being a father. I love you, my child. After, I think, a week, he died.
Tell us about the day-to-day running of the production today, and some of the companies that you supply.
Okay, I've got different kinds of clients, but unfortunately, I need to refuse some of them now. there's plenty orders, but I need to choose which one, because my factory in Thaba, nChu, although that I can able to expand them, but I cannot hire a skilled person. Thaba, nChu is a very rural area. We need to teach and teach until they learn. And not all of the people whom I hired is a qualified machinist. So that is my struggle. It's not always I get what I want during the end of the day. So that I have to include more patience. I need to eat a lot of patience.
What's melosa? Ke motho a hantle haholo. O na le bohale bo ba hae ka nako ya mosebetsi wa hae ha batla go hobe ka tsela efe. Magotlo mo ke motho nna ke motsebele motho ke mosebeletseng hantle haholo ke sena mathata ka ena.
I've secured a lots of orders. I'm delivering to, I'm full-time with macro. We're only doing ladies and kids. One of the style or some of the styles stay when I walk into that shops, and then I can show to my children, this is our company made, this is what.
Ho totobetsa ga o letho le tla kena dipakeng tsa motho le toro tsa hae tsa ditšhelete ha fela na le maikemisetso mme ebile a sebetsa ka thata. Ka ditlhonolofatso tseo ntata ya mo fileng tsona, Sherry o ne a bonahala a lebile sehlohlolong. Ga re khutla papatsong, Sherry o arolana le rona tse ding tsa dithuto tsa bohlokwa tse wa ithutileng tsona. Etswa o sa hlomme. Re boela ro amohela mona ho Back from Zero. Lenaneo le utlwisetsang dipale tsa nnete tsa batho ba ileng ba tobana le mathata a ditjhelete. Empa le ha o le jwalo, ba ntse ba eme mme ebile ba re phetela tsohle tseo ba fitileng ho tsona. Kajeno o re etetse Cherilyn Lucena a ileng a lwanela bophelo bo botle ditjheleteng le moyeng wa hae. Ha re ikutlwele tse ding tsa dithuto tsa ithutileng tsona leetong lena la hae. Let us talk about the valuable lessons that you learned in life. Would you kindly share that with us?
Today, I can just range myself into like, I'm in the halfway of my journey, not even there. When I was at Thaba at FTC, I have a 5 years of lease on them. After 5 years, I managed to buy my own building in nChu by means of by saving of this. Of course, holding the money very tight, not is expending the things which is not necessarily. I'll make sure that the daily production output must be met. But my struggle is not always that I'm expecting today is I can get, let's say my target is today is this quantity, 1,000 pieces. I don't expect it will happen today. What I would like to one of my customer is they will gonna place order 6 months ahead, so I can plan ahead of time. And it makes me like my turnover is getting more bigger. So I need to balance the order. And because of the mindset of I'm making sure that the quality and delivery is one of the main ingredients in the business. That's why that's why the customer is actually trusting us. Once they always saying that once you give it to Tehila, they will deliver it. Quality is okay, standard, according to standard.
I need to ask this. What does Tehila mean, and what inspired you to name your company Tehila?
Tehila means Lebo is a glory to God. It was Lucena clothing under my name, but after 5 years that I finished with FDC, when I purchased the building in nChu, there is a small voice in my heart saying that I must change the company into Tehila. I just want to use that name by saying that this business is not established by my own effort, but with the effort of God, with the plan of God, stating that everything you can see from nothing into something, that my Tehila, my God, is the one who provides everything, and glory to God, everything I do is for the glorifying of God. I can say that don't give up. There is a night, but make sure that there is a day as well. Sometimes there's a rain in your life, or even storm, or even heavy storms in your life. But don't give up. On that time, my self-confidence, my self-esteem actually died. And I used to cry, and eventually it makes my life stronger. And I now realize that the things that has happened in the past is just like a training. I'm just like in the military ground, that because I will be a general someday, then I need to experience those from the level 0. I need to know why I need to push myself up to my very most level of my life. Not only for myself, not only for my family, but to everybody as well. In the Bible, it says that we have to run our own. You know, it's our life is like track and field. Although that we are running, sometimes we fall. And if we fall, it does not mean that we could not survive. We could not stand.
Siya'y napakabuting ina sa aking mga anak. Saka napakabuti niyang asawa sa akin. Sa lahat ng hinahanap din ng isang lalaki ay nasa kanya na. Sa asawa ko na. At nagpapasalamat din ako sa Diyos dahil dumating siya sa buhay ko. At parati pa rin na lumalakas yung pagmamahalan namin hanggang ngayon.
I believe sitting here and the rest of South Africa, we are very, very grateful for the wisdom that you're sharing with us. In one word, how would you describe yourself?
How could I describe myself?
In one word.
I can say that I'm a fighter.
A fighter.
Yes.
General fighter. Thank you very much, Cherie. I must say I've learned a lot sitting here, and I believe millions of other South Africans have learned a lot from you. I believe your story is going to change many lives.
Thank you.
And I believe after this, people are going to start standing up and stop feeling sorry for themselves and change their life. And as they do that, they will change other people's lives.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Salamat.
That means thank you.
In my language.
Oh,
yes.
salamat.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Mui, ha ile mme Cherilyn Lucena yena ke mo golela gaebane. O ile a tsitlallela o ntsetsa toro tsa pele le go mathata bophelo ana mo hlwele odimo. Teto ya hae ya o tla Afrika Borwa e tswetse yena ha mmoho le baahi ba Thabanchu molemo. Hobane ka jeko ba kgona ho kenya bana dikolo mme bile ba kgona ho thiba lephako. Ha re kopane hape bekeng e tlang ha re tla be re buisana le e mong wa batho ba ileng ba putlang mme ba boya sekwele.
I believe I'm the best, and I wanted to be seen that way. I wasn't really making money with the contract I was in. I really got the high hopes and I didn't notice how very sharp. And in the second I didn't know two. I realized I can't continue like this.
Selebale he, o ka nna pheisa mane maqepeng a rona a Facebook le Twitter. Nna ke le Lebogangwa Matšhidi ke rata hore ha e be kgotso.